We are here at Reactor 4.
Yes, we are stood 200 meters away from the reactor that exploded, causing the Chernobyl nuclear accident.
Yes, and this was put here in 1986, pretty much straight away after the disaster. But this is the second structure, so this was put here in 2016, and it's the largest steel structure in the world, and it's 3 times heavier than the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, it is. Well, yeah, the biggest in the world, which is amazing. I can't believe we're stood here. I'm literally buzzing. But then that could be the radiation. So let's take it in. Let's have a look. It's so strange being so close to it.
Yes.
We're like literally not allowed to go any closer because it's too dangerous.
But the thing about this place is very peaceful, so to know that like an explosion happened and there's radiation it's a hard thing to grasp.
Yeah, they're slowly trying to basically get rid of the first original sarcophagus, the inside structure. Yeah. And so there are still thousands of people working here on this site, and they all live in the village or in the town of Chernobyl, just away from here.
And apparently it's going to take 65 years for them to remove it.
Yeah.
But
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. Reminds me of The Incredibles.
As a result of the explosion of the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the power of the radioactive release was about 50 million curies. Now, if you're not sure if that's a lot or a little, imagine this. The power is comparable to the explosion of 500 atomic bombs, like those that were dropped on Japan.
After the accident at the 4th power unit of the MPP, a fire broke out. It could not be extinguished for 2 weeks.
A bunch of challenges that was really difficult to compete with. So, because this one started leaking and it started to show signs of a very bad event, so it was decided to build a new one. And this construction started in 2012. They built it 300 meters away on a distance because of radiation. All the radiation is incredibly high there. It's still measured in millions of our microsieverts. So when they finished it in 2016, when the structure was ready, they slid it over the reactor using the rails. So this is 36,000 tons.
These are not replicas, these are the real robots used to remove graphite from the roof, and they were successful in removing 75% of the graphite, but when they stopped working, they had another solution.
Yeah, so where the areas that they couldn't get to, they would use Biorobots, which are basically humans, but it was so dangerous up there because there's so much radiation in the graphite, they could only be up there for 1 minute, and they had aligned suits to do so. 1 minute for once in their life, and they got a lifetime's worth of radiation. So they are, again, some of the true heroes of the Chernobyl disaster.
Which one's your favourite?
I like this one.
I like this one.
So this structure here was going to be reactor 5, but obviously after 4 exploded, they decided to halt production. And so yeah, that's been exactly the same since 1986, all the cranes and everything.
Oh, something's beeping. Ooh,
oh, no.
Maybe it's the water.
Oh, we're at 1.2.
Okay.
So it's fine, we can carry on.
And you can't see it, but there was going to be a reactor number 6 somewhere over there.
Only 5% complete, it's just basically the foundations of it as well. And we've been told specifically, however much we want to, please don't eat the dirt off the ground. So we won't be eating it. I would love to, but we're not going to.
No, please don't, Rob.
Okay. We're beeping.
Right, let's continue on. Or do you want a selfie with it?
It's all right, we've had enough selfies
We've had enough selfies for the day.
As a result of the Chernobyl disaster, about 8.5 million people worldwide were exposed to radioactive energy, but the residents of the nearest town got much more of it than the rest.
The city of Pripyat is only 3 kilometers from the Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Before the accident, almost 50,000 people lived there. Now, the figure is officially 0. This is either a shopping centre or what you might find at the bottom of a river in the UK. This will be obviously full, like hustling and bustling with like loads of people buying their shopping, and then later on that afternoon, a reactor explodes. Nightmare, waste of money.
Spooky.
I want to touch everything, but no, I'm not allowed. Are these the different aisles? What's this one? And that one? Juice. No, don't touch. Don't touch anything, Rob. That's what I have to keep telling myself. Don't touch anything. I want to explore everything, but without causing myself injury or taking any radiation home. Where did you go? Was it a restaurant?
I went to the restaurant, but it wasn't open.
So there are 3 kinds of radiation: alpha, beta, and gamma.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and you can.
Alpha is fine. You can protect. You can use a bit of paper to protect you from that.
Yeah.
But gamma is the super dangerous one, and there's nothing you can do. So if it's gamma radiation, it's high. You get out of there.
So this is gamma.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gamma dose rate. We're okay for now.
You weren't okay by that metal thing.
No.
Yeah.
Because this is the beta source.
2.99.
So there's a slight delay on it. So just stay.
3.
If you just hold fort there, I'll step away from you, and you just get close as you can to that.
5.93, 6.32.
He's not scared.
I'm not scared.
Get closer. Closer. Touch it.
7.48.
You get-
16. 16, guys.
Get closer, just get closer. Right, so we believe we found another hotspot, a gamma ray hotspot. This is puddle here.
Yeah, a dried up puddle. Off you go. Pull your sleeve down, Rob.
I live life dangerously. It's going up.
What is it?
It's at 1. It's going.
What's that?
I don't like the beeping, but I also like the beeping.
Give it time, it'll jump super fast.
I mean, the fact that one of the highest spots we found is right next to a Ferris wheel and like in a kids' park is super weird. Look at that, we're at 5. What did you get to? 13.
20, I think.
Oh my god. What is it? Is it because this puddle would have been like water and full of
Life and yeah.
This puddle here had a very high gamma radiation because basically any area where water can gather, it grabs all the particles from around and then brings it to one spot. So drainage systems, puddles, always going to have high radiation. So we're currently in our hotel that we'll be staying at in Pripyat. Needs a little bit of work, but I hear the mini bars are great.
Yeah, gonna go check in now. Upstairs. Let's go.
Oh, it's
1967. This must be all the hotel paperwork where people would have checked in.
So this is the fact that we're inside the hotel,
Yeah.
and there are still like combs and people's shoes, and there are like books and stuff like everywhere.
Receipts and
it's like
cocktail
people
bar.
got up
Yeah.
and then just left.
Yeah, I wonder like maybe the hotel was full and then just had to go. But it was a very popular place for people to visit. It was like a trendy city. And yeah, this hotel, I think these are the bedrooms, so maybe we can see if there's anything left behind. I think the beds may be in the supermarket were the beds from here. What's in this one?
The beeper's not going off though, so I don't think we're in a hotspot, which
That's
means you can
what is it?
touch. It's like 0.15.
Oh, this is
It's nothing. Pripyat was a very young city, with the average age of residents not exceeding 30 years.
Anyway, Pripyat was built as a comfortable place to live and was considered an example in the Soviet Union.
Well, it really became an example, but in a bad way. So behind us is the Photoshoot hotspot. It is the famous Ferris wheel that they have here at Chernobyl.
Yeah, and an interesting fact about this place, it was meant to open 5 days after Chernobyl happened, so everything is in perfect condition.
Yeah, no children were playing
No
here.
children played here, yes. And we're very, very lucky because of COVID and everything. There's like hardly any tourists here, but usually it's pretty packed. But this feels more like how it would feel, like a ghost town. Get those pictures in. But yeah, it's not just the Ferris wheel, there's a few other interesting rides as well.
So now we're in the most famous
Iconic.
Instagrammable spot, the Ferris wheel. So yeah, so Heather was saying earlier.
Yeah, this was never actually opened because people had to leave. So
Yeah.
it was like opened in May.
Yeah, the 1st of May it was meant to open, but obviously the accident happened on the 26th
Yeah,
of
5
April.
days. I mean, this just town has just so much bad luck.
So we are in one of 5 schools here in Pripyat, and this was the middle school, I believe, and we've been told there's some interesting gas masks in here.
Yeah, because in schools, children were taught about like nuclear war or how to act in case something happens. So there is a classroom, apparently,
Yeah.
full of gas masks.
Children's gas masks, terrifying again, but let's go check it out.
Yeah, let's go.
My God.
Oh, this is
That is
terrifying.
that is haunting.
Yeah, and like there's like the school books just around and a doll.
That's a creepy doll.
Yeah, this is creepy.
That's hundreds and hundreds of gas
Yeah.
masks just like scattered around on the ground.
And they were
It's like American schools having to do training
for bomb-
being shot
Yeah.
at school shooting.
that's true.
This, during the Cold War, you just had hundreds and hundreds of children's gas masks. I imagine that they weren't just scattered around on the floor. They're
No, there's probably been moved here,
Yeah.
but
Oh my Lord.
yeah, don't touch anything.
I don't want to touch any.
I guess this was just normal in that time.
There's nothing normal about this image.
Yeah. What's it doing in a children's classroom?
TV's Rob Jones here, looking through the TV at the most horrible sight I've seen so far. Hundreds and hundreds of gas masks. A lot of stuff's missing, and we thought it was because maybe the gamma ray had been taken away and destroyed.
Yeah.
But it's basically people have obviously broken in here
Yeah.
over the years and stolen bits like scrap metal, make a bit
Yeah.
of cash out of a disaster.
And pretty much everything has been set up. Somebody's moved something, so this is not obviously how it originally looked. So this is a map of Soviet Union that has been left, and there's little characters of animals on there.
Where's Ukraine?
Ukraine, I think, is here?
It's on this end.
Yeah.
It's weird, so obviously stuff's been left over from the classrooms and just like scattered here. This was used to educate, and
Educate
now
the animals.
it's more of a prop for a photo shoot.
Yeah, yeah. Right, let's go to the classroom. This looks like a science classroom, or was. Very creepy.
There's just something so scary and strange and unsettling about being like in a school or in like a playground or where a Ferris wheel is, where they're like where you'd expect to see children. Instead, there's just nothing. It's like silence and just broken, smashed up things.
It's like a poem. Soviet Union. Oh no, I don't know what it's in.
Right, so we're famished,
Yes.
we're walking around all day, and so now it's time to get some food. But there's not like a kind of public canteen. We have to eat with the workers that are still here in Chernobyl.
Yeah, and we also have to have a radiation test, so hopefully we pass it because I'm
sure
starving.
we will. Yeah, I haven't touched anything, although I really, really wanted to.
Yeah, I got
so.
a bit too close to that thing,
the
so
puddle,
yeah. Let's go eat, come on.
Right. Kind of check if I'm radioactive or not. We're good.
You're good.
Hey!
I think that's a no. Yeah, nothing's happened. I'm clear of the day. Food. All right, let's go this way. Right, so we're here now in Chernobyl having some food.
Yes, we're in the Chernobyl canteen, which I heard was opened in 1983 and still works today for all the workers that are still here in Chernobyl. And so yeah, we
Got
have
some interesting food.
obviously classic borscht, salad, chicken Kiev.
Yeah, that's the first time you're trying that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's chicken Kiev. So
And I've got some pasta and some fruit, radioactive fruit, some juice. But yeah, I'm ready to eat. How have you enjoyed the day so far? So, thoughts of Chernobyl? Has it exceeded your expectations so far?
Yeah, so far it's been great. There's a lot of walking around, a lot of seeing stuff. It's very weird for me. It's really exciting for me, and I'm just excited to go and see the reactor now. We've driven past it, and now I want to actually see like how close we're allowed to get.
Yeah, no, I think for me, I didn't have any expectations. I just thought I'd come here and see what it is, but just learning about the history and how this place was a paradise and seeing it turn into like hell. Yeah, it's been
Really interesting so far. I'm just excited for more.
You just want to be near reactor 4, that's it.
It's the
Tick it
dream.
off the bucket list. And I really want to go to the forest. Hopefully we'll get a chance to see some animals.
Yeah, see some radioactive wildlife will be great. But please, don't eat the dirt. However tempting it is, don't eat the dirt.
Oh, or touch the dogs. Right, cheers.
Just ate it.
Everyone needs to eat, so we decided to feed some local animals.
During the evacuation, local residents were ordered to take only the most necessary things. Now, this did not include animals, so cats, dogs, and livestock were left behind.
Go to the middle of it and then look down.
Be careful, it's my middle name.
Yeah, just don't drink it. Whee! That's the last bit. Oh.
More bread, more bread.
More bread to feed.
Throw them out there so they get to swim.
To swim, yeah. Some movement.
Oh, hello, bird.
Oh, radioactive pigeons. See, look how nice and clean they look because they're living here. I'm going to feed the
dangerous.
pigeons.
You couldn't take it home because how do birds work? If a bird flies in near the reactor, hangs out there for a couple of days, and then flies out.
I think they've got some immunity now because maybe these are like
you can't be immune to radiation.
These are like the 10th generation pigeons, so they're used to it.
That is intimidatingly large.
Yeah, this is the dugar radar, and yeah, it is massive.
It's I think 150 meters high and 400 meters across, and yeah, it was made by the Soviet era.
Yeah. to detect missiles coming, but there are a couple of interesting stories about it that it could control the weather.
Control the weather, like a kind of geostorm, and also it would turn people into zombies as well.
Yes.
But it never worked.
Yeah, so we can just admire it.
Yeah, a lot of time, a lot of effort went into this, and unfortunately, it was never ever used.
I think it's kind of sad that I mean, there were 3 of these, weren't they?
Yes.
And the other 2 worked, but this one didn't. And the other 2 have been taken down. This is the last one standing. Forever.
Forever. I mean, it's a good photo op though. That's, as is everything like this. Good photo op. Oh my good lord.
I know,
it goes on for ages.
Yeah.
It's this massive structure. I kind of want to climb it, but I know that a man died here once, so we're not allowed to do that.
There's seems to be a lift there. If that was working, that would be great.
We could shoot up and see the basically pointless structure. A lot of money, a lot of time went into this, and unfortunately it just didn't work. So, yeah. Yeah, well, the whole forest is a red forest. The whole forest surrounding Chernobyl is the red forest. Although, this isn't actually anything to do with Chernobyl.
No.
And incredibly, I don't know if you said this before, but it wasn't on any maps before. It was just meant to be like a kids' camping ground.
Yeah, that's
so it was
what
meant to be a massive, massive secret. But I mean, a structure this big that no one could see seems a little bit odd.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's an interesting place to visit, and I wonder how many other secret places there are that are called a kids' camp and something else is there.
Okay, well, a fantastic day for me personally, and we had a wonderful, wonderful tour guide with Gamma Tours, so we would highly recommend them. They've been fantastic.
Yeah.
So what have you thought? As someone who doesn't know a lot about Chernobyl, who didn't know a lot about Chernobyl,
yeah, well, it was a very interesting day for me to learn all about it and how I perceive it. It's almost like a utopia turned to a dystopia, and the whole story behind it is like a Shakespeare play of ego, pride and power, and it kind of made me think about humans as well, and if we were to just disappear off the face of the planet, that's kind of like how life would end up, all the trees and nature growing, so that was a moment for me.
In the wise words of Goldblum, nature, life finds a way.
Yeah.
And yeah, to go inside the like schools and see something that I know would have been like quite nice, so the children running around, learning, and then to go in there and see it's all derelict and broken, and the harsh history of it all is really, really interesting. Me personally, I know a lot about it from the TV series and from films. So to be there, to speak to like the tour guide and to know actually a lot about it and get involved was great. We had to wear long trousers and long sleeve shirts.
Make sure you wear like shoes like this because there's a lot of broken glass. And yeah, I highly recommend everyone to come. Just like it's a once in a lifetime thing, and you take away so much information and stories to tell. And I think now I'll have to watch the series.
Yeah, so if one thing you can take away from such a horrible and brutal disaster, it's a great HBO miniseries. So yeah, look it up. And remember, it is just a drama, so it's not all 100% accurate, but to really find out about Chernobyl, you have to come here.
Yes.
So yeah, what a great way to end it all. So
yeah,
let's make our way out of here.